All right, so we made the array list of these football players, and we're adding in a new football player. So add a new football player. The first one's name is Andy. And I'm going to do a copy and paste, 180, and it's a fullback. All right, let's go. I'm going to go copy and paste this, and I need 3 more. 2, 3, and 4. Andy, George, .250 lineman. We got Andy, George, Henry. No, Andy, George, Steve. How can I forget Steve? 195. And that's a tight end. And finally, what do we got here? Henry. Henry, 185, cornerback. And back shouldn't really be capitalized, but that's all right. Oh yeah, we don't have a football created at all. So I need name, weight, and position. So let's go to the football class. We've added them, but it doesn't know what I'm adding. Here's the football class. We're gonna go private name, not equals, private string name, private int weight, private string position, public football, and we're receiving a name, an integer, and a position. So this name is equal to name. This weight is equal to weight. And this position is equal to position. There's the constructors, and then we'll adjust the class as we go in the main. So we're going to bounce back and forth on this one. Let's see if we can just run it though, with all of the arrays being exactly the same, because we're going to adjust these. Oh, what do I need? 2 string. Yep. All we have is memory locations. We need the 2 string to see. Well, it's promising. It looks like it did work. So public, we're going to return a string, 2 string, return name. I think I have dashes there. Plus weight. Plus position. Hey, that looks better. But if you look, they're all exactly the same, and we're going to adjust these as we go. But I got the print statements already set up. Apparently we're almost to lunch. Yep. Get that working, and then we'll go to lunch here in a few seconds or so. Make sure you can print out 4 identical arrays. Code here to add Fred to the 3rd spot. So we're going to go players.add into index 2 because it goes 0, 1, 2. So 3rd spot would be index 2. And we're going to add a new football player. And on the markdown, I have the information for Fred. Fred's 175, and he's a safety. So a new football player. We're adding Fred. Fred is 175. Oop, that was laggy. 175 and a safety. So now when we run it, we can see that the second array list has Fred in it now. So is Fred in there? There's Fred right there. Fred, safety, 175. There we go. So Fred's added. That'd be the syntax. Code here to change Andy to Andrew. So we're going to change the name. We better put that in the class. So in the class, we want to set the name. So we want a setter. So we're going to go public. Now, we don't return a name when we set the name. We just set it. So void set name. And we need a name to set it to. So we need that parameter there. And we're going to go, this name is now equal to the new name. That sets up the class so that we can actually set a name. But now we have to be able to do this here. And the code that I want you to know is it's players.get, and I'm changing Andy to Andrew. We'll just assume we know that it's player index 0. So we're getting the object. Now we have the object. So that right there, that code represents a player. And then we can set that player's name. Set name to now, he wants to be called Andrew, not Andy. Now when we run it, the third array should have Andrew instead of Andy. It should be the very first one. How come there's so much there? Let's clear this. It's hard to see. Andy, Andy, and then now that third one is Andrew. Code here to get Henry's weight. Now going with that same concept of grabbing a player and then calling a method using that player, we're going to get Henry's weight. So we got to go back to the class. We're going to bounce back and forth here. Back to the class, and we have to get weight. Public, return an integer, get weight. And we don't have a parameter here because all we're doing is returning weight. So there we have a getter for this. And that's old news. That's review for classes. But the new stuff is grabbing that player and then calling get weight. And again, we'll assume we know which one Henry is. I think Henry's the last one. Index 0, 1, 2, 3. Index 0. George. Oh, did I do a remove? Did I skip something? I thought I was removing George. Did I skip that? No? Code here, change Andy. I must have deleted that or something. I kind of want to remove. It's just a remove statement. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, there it is. Remove George. Okay, that's after. Code here to get Henry's weight. Is it 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, index number 4. And you don't have to delete this out. You could just go player get 4. Now that's the player that has the name that is Henry, and we just made get weight. So it should print Henry's weight. So we should see a new number down there. 185. Is that what Henry weighs? Yep, 185. So there it is right there. I know it's hard to see, right there in between all that stuff. All right, the last one is removing George. George is 0, index number 1. So we'll go player get index 1 dot remove. Oh no, should we do that? No, we don't have to get it to remove it. What am I thinking? That's my fault. Player dot remove 1. That was silly. We don't have to get it to remove it. We just remove it. Forgive me. Now George should be gone. Oh, is it players? Yeah, players. Run it. No more George. He left in the portal or whatever they're calling it now. He went to Michigan State. Any questions? All right. Yeah. Grab vowels review. So I wanted to fit it in arrays, but at the same time review how we found vowels in a word. Let me undo this for next year. There we go. And I think I created all this too, so undo all this stuff. Then it's set up for next year. Good to go. Save. It wants me to pause a little bit. Click. Okay, yeah. Vowels review. Find vowels. Probably have a couple name this. Oh, right there, very first one. Vowels review. What do we have in the main here? It says, got a bunch of imports, import array list, file, input exception, scanner. We got throws exception. Create an array of words from the word file and how many vowels each word has. So label has 2 vowels, quarrelsome has 5, building has 3 vowels, and so on. And the class that we're building that with, each object is a vowels class, where all it has is the word and how many vowels there are. That's how we create the array list. So word, and we're going to send it the word, we're going to send it the number of vowels. That's the object right there. So we don't have to do anything in the class. We're going to do everything in here. I've given some code right here, and we're going to jump to line 14. So jump to line 14 is the first spot where we're going to start typing. And we're going to say while file, that's the scanner is called file, has a next line. And in the words data file, it's just a bunch of words. It's 12 words is all that's in there. So we're going to read those 12 words, and we're going to find out how many vowels each of them have. All right, so while it has a next line, do the following. Let's go with string word is equal to file next line. And now we're going to build the array. Words array. Already built it. Dot add a new vowels. This is what I called the class. We got to send it the word, and how many vowels it has. So number of vowels. And we're sending it the word. Words array is add. We're sending in a new vowel with the word and the number of vowels next to it. And we got it. This is, I'm doing this program for the array list, certainly. That's the chapter that we're in. And also to figure out how do we search for vowels in a word. And this should be the review part. So we go string vowels is equal to A-E-I-O-U and A-E-I-O-U. So we set up a list of vowels. Then we're going to go for int I is equal to 0, I less than word length, I plus plus. So we're going to do one character at a time, and we're going to check to see if each character one at a time is a vowel or not. So we're going to say if word dot substring. Oh no, I want contains. If, I messed that up, if vowels dot contains, or you could do index of, that would work also. If vowels contains word substring I to I plus 1. And I to I plus 1 just grabs one character at a time. It'll grab the first index, and then it'll go up to, but not including, the second index. So it won't include the next one. If that's true, if it contains it, oh, we need a counting variable. I didn't add the count. We'll go count plus plus, but we didn't create it. Int count is equal to 0. Why is this underlined? Oh, yeah, not dot again. You're right. Parentheses around it, not dot. Thank you. Well, we got it printed out. Let's see if it works. Survey says run. Oh, what doesn't it like? I think it thinks I need that. What line? Line 16. Yep, I did a colon instead of semicolon. All right, run. Hey, no, it's all zeros. Oh, because I returned 0, I didn't return count. But I feel very good about this. Count, not return 0. There we go. Label has 2 vowels, quarrelsome has 5, building has 3, drain has 2, and so on. Now, if you wanted consonants, no problem. How about not? What if it doesn't find them? Now, this would count all the consonants. 3, LBL. Quarrelsome has 6, building has 5, drain has 3. So it'd be a pretty easy switch to go to consonants instead of vowels. Just a exclamation mark and you got it.